All right, guys, Dave Mad Max 6, and today is a good day and a long time coming. I got to see Big E. We're back in the gym, brand new location, Dave Fisher's Powerhouse in Torrance, and we have the 35 and over Master USA champion of last year, Big Mo Burgess. E, how cool is this?
I gotta tell you, I'm so psyched. I mean, we haven't gotten together at a major gym in such a long time. Dave Fisher is actually an old friend of mine. I knew him way back when I lived in San Diego. The two of us trained at I don't know if it's Golds or Worlds on Garnet Avenue. I don't remember at the time.
At the time it was Golds. Yeah.
Back it was NASA trained there,
yeah.
And Milos and everybody. So that's
that was
where I
San
got
Diego
to know
Mecca
him.
back then. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that awesome gym. He was a great guy. Then later on, when I moved back to California, I moved to Rancho Palos Verdes, and he had his gym. Not this one, but his first powerhouse gym here in Torrance. And I would come here and I would train all the time. I did some filming there. I did photo shoots there with Mike Nevue and a couple other people. So I'm really excited to come back. This is the first time I'm here at his new gym when I just took a tour of it. Gym is absolutely unbelievable. Everybody in there is hardcore. So to be here with my good buddy Mo, who, listen, I haven't seen him in a long time. It's so good to see him.
Did you guys hug or did you social distance?
No, there's no social distancing. Keep it real. No social distancing.
No mask, no social distancing.
No mask on here.
So
no.
Big Mo, I'm really glad you're here. Congratulations
Thank you.
again on winning your pro card. You look fantastic. Last December I was there to see you. And we actually filmed before that. I don't remember how many weeks out, but I know you looked good.
I think it was
and
1 week out.
I was really excited for you. You got that elusive pro card.
Thank you.
And this is the first time we're going to be shooting with this guy, which he is 10 weeks out from his pro debut at the California Pro, you guys.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Cal Pro, yeah.
So I hit up Mo and I said, listen, Eric's in town today. Let's get together for a training session. And we're here with Mo and Merlin.
Yeah, we've talked about doing some work together. We did
For a long
months ago.
time. Yeah.
And then this whole crappy thing happened, and now
We're here
finally
now.
here, 10 weeks out from the show at Dave's gym, and I'm psyched. I'm ready to go.
What are we training Big Mo today?
Delts.
Delts today. All right, so we're gonna put through a Merlin workout. It's the first time Mo ever gonna be trained. It's gonna be trying that new training method. So I can't wait to see what you have to say after the workout, and then we're gonna hit it, guys. All right,
can't
thank
wait.
you.
Okay, so this movement here is a seated shoulder press machine, and the technique that we're going to be using is called 1.5 reps. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually push the weight up halfway, and then we're going to lower it down to the bottom and then push to the top. So that equals 1 full rep. So it's called 1.5 reps, but the way we're doing it is actually a half and then a full rep. This is an excellent technique for just breaking out of the norm and doing it a little bit differently, and you'll feel a great burn in the muscle by doing this. Okay, so now we're still using the shoulder press machine, but we're switching techniques. We're gonna do something called positive pause reps. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start from the bottom, you're gonna push up halfway, and since we're working the delts, you wanna actually stop and pause for 3 seconds at that halfway point, but flex the delts, keep them under tension. Then from there, you muscle it to the top, then you come all the way back down, and then you repeat the process. It's very, very important when you stop for those 3 seconds to make sure you flex the delts. Great movement. Okay, one more technique that I wanted to use on the shoulder press for Mo here was pause reps again, but this time we're gonna do it on the negative. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna push the weight to the top, you're gonna come down slowly halfway, and now you're gonna pause again for 3 full seconds before lowering to the bottom and repeating again. So this is similar to positive pause reps, but since you're doing it on the negative, again, the central nervous system and the muscles feel something different. And again, it creates a great pump and a lot of new growth. Okay, now we're doing a superset for the lateral deltoids. We're gonna start off with wide grip upright rows. I have Mo taking a grip on the bar just outside shoulder width. So he brings it up. He's bringing it up to about top of the chest level. He's flexing the side of the shoulders and bringing it down under control. An amazing movement for the lateral delts. And now we're going to switch from that movement to side laterals, but we're not going to do them like we normally do them. We're going to pick dumbbells that are about 25 to 30% heavier than he would normally use. And what we're going to do is just about half reps. Half reps, and they're going to keep the tension on. As you can see, we're keeping it on the lateral delts. He's making sure he doesn't lift from the traps, but from the delts. They're very, very short reps, but he keeps tension on the whole entire time. Amazing superset for the lateral delts. Okay, so this next movement's pretty unique. It's an incline front raise. We're using a rope. And as you can see, when he's doing this movement, he's holding the rope together. He's actually touching his knuckles together to keep the rope tight. And what this does is it transfers most of the emphasis really, really directly onto the anterior delt. We're trying to build that anterior delt nice and thick because he's got such a big chest. When he does this movement, he's coming up to the top. And when he gets to the top, he's squeezing for a moment, and then he's taking a full 5 seconds on the way down, keeping as much tension as he possibly can on those front delts. There's a very, very intense way of doing this and a very, very unique angle for the delts, which puts a lot of tension on them from the beginning of the movement all the way to the contraction. This is an excellent movement if you have trouble building up the front delts, and this angle will really hit them in a different way for you. Okay, there's another unique cable movement for the lateral deltoid, very, very different from regular side laterals. As you can see, he's angled at about 45 degrees. He's grabbing the handle at the bottom. He's keeping tension on the whole time, and what he's doing is raising to the top, and he's raising above shoulder level just to get a strong contraction. You don't want to use a lot of weight in this movement. This is going to put a lot of tension on the side delts. An excellent movement if you have trouble with the side of the shoulders. Okay, so we're finishing up Mo's delt routine with the posterior, the rear delt fly machine. Basic movement. A lot of people use it, but they don't always use it with this technique, which is actually a 4-second contraction at the top of the movement. Now, by doing this, you really have to engage the rear delts and keep the traps out of it. So you got to really relax the shoulder, relax the traps, and relax the neck so that the traps aren't pulling the weight. So when he gets to the top, as you can see, I'm making him hold that for 4 seconds, and he's not just holding it there, he's actually flexing, or what I call hyper-contracting, the rear delts. This is a movement that you can't go very heavy in, not your normal weight, because that hold at the top is going to cause you to use a little bit less weight, but I'm telling you, you're going to feel the tension so much more. And I also want you to see how he's controlling the weight all the way to the bottom, so the negative is under control as well. This is a really awesome movement if you want to build more density and thickness for your back double bicep shot. The rear delts will really be popping after this. Give this a shot.
All right, Big Mo, I'm going to start with you since you didn't say much in the intro, but now we just finished the workout and you have a lot more to say, I think. How was this?
It was excellent. Came with Broser, came and gave me an ass whooping on these delts. Made them 3D already after the first workout, so we put in the work, definitely.
Mo, how long have you been training?
I've been training since about 2011, bodybuilding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So competitively?
Competitively, 2001, I did
9
my
years.
first show, muscle contest. Then I started my first NPC show, took like a year or two off, then hopped back in the scene seriously about 2014.
So how would you describe this sort of training compared to what you normally do or what you've done in the past?
It's one of a kind, intense, definitely a game changer for sure, and definitely something everyone should put a count into. Definitely hit this man up, definitely.
But what do you have to say about people, because obviously we didn't show the weights today, but you're strong. I've seen you train before. You're a strong bodybuilder. You haven't beaten again as much weight today.
Right.
Is that a mind fuck? Because a lot of
Weight
times
is a mind fuck.
when you're a
with
pro,
technique like Broser's doing, don't have to have light weight. And keeping them tits on the muscle is what's gonna be the game changer. It's gonna have the muscle on fire.
Yeah.
Definitely, technique is everything.
Well, Eric, what do you have to say about that?
Well,
I'm sure you'd like to hear this.
I'm always, I'm always excited to work with pros who've been training for a while, because the truth is most of them they're so good, they're so genetically gifted, and they're so disciplined that almost anything makes them grow. And but with that comes a little bit of like a complacency, because they're just used to lifting one specific way. They get stronger. They don't always have to worry so much about tension on the muscle or time under tension, or even some guys you could even see don't even use very good technique. They're very, very sloppy, but what can you say? They're still world champions, and they're still some of the best in the world.
Gifted.
When I get guys like Mo, Sergio, Silvio, those guys, and they train with me, I always tell them, you've gotten this far. I feel like this stuff's going to bring you to a higher level than before, because what they're doing is they're creating. I tell them, forget about what weight's on the bar, what weight's on the cable, what dumbbells you're holding, because they're going to feel 10 times heavier than they are. And we're going to create more tension on the muscle, a better pump, and more of a feeling of working the muscles and not the joints, and not using momentum. You're going to be able to get in touch with the muscle fibers better than you ever have before. And literally from the first set, Mo saw exactly what, and I used a bunch of different techniques with him. And one of the exercises we were using the first the first weight on the stack. We tried the second weight and it was too heavy. I said, don't even worry about it, because that has nothing to do with what you look like on stage.
Yeah.
So, they're not going to ask you how much do you bench. If the guy next to you benches 600 and you're benching 200 in this style of training, you beat him, there you go. So I love working with guys like Mo because you know, especially when they're open to it, there's no ego involved. They're like, hey, just teach me, just teach me. And then they try it and they go, wow, I've never felt anything like this before.
I want to talk a little bit more to you about this, Mo, because a lot of time, since we've been filming with Eric, when people watch the videos, they're always like, well, you know, Ronnie never trained like this, or Arnold never trained like this, or Jay never trained like this. What do you have to say to that?
Nobody's Ronnie or Jay, hey. And they had their own methods.
That's
but
true.
This right here, technique, coming to the new age, style of bodybuilding, to risk injury, do it the safe way. And it's an art form. Bodybuilding is an art, so we sculpt in the body. And this type of training is definitely for that.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm glad you liked it. We wanted to shoot with you for a long time. We wanted to shoot with you right after you got your pro card.
Right.
We spoke with, hey, let's get together. Of course, you know, this whole thing happened. So I'm glad we got you today.
Absolutely. I
glad you're open-minded because I think that's how you keep making progress.
Yep.
And you're just getting started, man. This is going to be your first show, your first pro show in 10 weeks.
Yep.
We're going to see you again a little closer to the show. So see how he looks right now. But I'm telling you, once we see him again, whoa, that's a good shot. Once we see him again,
What a frame on this guy.
it'll be great. So I don't know if you guys are gonna stay in touch, what's going on, but I hope so. And we can't wait for your pro debut. And
Thank you.
Eric, you want to say anything in closing?
I just want to say this is a great guy right here. If you guys ever get to meet him, you know, just, you know, come up, shake his hand. He's so friendly, he's so open. He's
Take
just
a picture.
Really cool guy.
He
Take a
doesn't
picture.
mind.
He's just no ego involved. He loves the fans. He loves bodybuilding, and I've wanted to work with him. We discussed working together a little bit well before all this stuff happened. I'm so happy that we got a chance to do it, especially now he's preparing for a show. And I just want to see this guy come on stage and kick butt. You know, because he's a great guy, and when he's a great guy and he loves the sport, we want to see him do well. So
That's
I hope
right.
everybody roots for him.
All right, Big Mo.
Mo in shape.
That's right.
You know,
Give
so
your Instagram before we help you
Mo
up.
in shape on my IG.
There you go.
Appreciate, you know, follow Dave or Eric on their IG as well. So, hey,
All right,
the
man.
best is yet to come.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dave, for letting us come to Dave Fisher's
That's
Powerhouse Gym.
right.
Love
Yeah.
this place.
All right. Thanks, you guys.